Hi, my name is Amber Patel. I'm the Kansas HOSA representative of Healthcare Connections, and Kansas HOSA is doing interviews with people who are in healthcare fields that usually don't receive as much representation online or at our conferences. So, would you like to introduce yourself and what you do in the healthcare world?
Sure. I'm Heidi Tice. I've been the CFO for the Cheyenne County Hospital for 27 years. Um, I was originally from St. Francis, so we moved away for a couple years, and we moved back and started a family here. So, here as I'm the CFO, I'm in charge of I oversee the payroll, medical records, purchasing, central supply, AP, and business office, which would include admissions, billing, all those areas. And then my main focus is the financials, budget, cost report.
Very good. So Mrs. Tice, what was your first contact with your profession? Did you always know that you wanted to do what you do today?
No, I did not know what I wanted to do. I graduated from Fort Hays State with a business management degree. At that time, my husband had gotten a job in Houston, so we moved to Houston. So I did not have a job when we left. I signed up with a temp agency and got in right away with Circuit City. I moved my way up from there, from admin assistant to human resources. I was there for a year and a half, and then he got transferred to Tulsa. So I was able to keep my job for a couple years, and then I did work in a bank as a loan officer, and then we decided we wanted to move back. At that time, the business office manager was wanting to slow down for the hospital. So I talked to the administrator at that time and interviewed and got in as the business office manager, and then moved into the CFO role. I didn't know graduating what I wanted to do at that time. I really felt I wanted to do banking and loan officer, and something in the lending field. But when we moved back, this was an opportunity, and I really enjoy it. It's working a lot with Excel and numbers, a lot of balancing accounts, and it is something I really do enjoy.
That's very interesting. What do you think your role in healthcare is? Since you're combining your finance background while working in a hospital, what is your contact with patients, if any?
I don't have very much contact with patients directly, unless it's after they're discharged with bills. We handle like the charity care applications, collections of bills, making sure the charges are posted correctly. Working a lot with the insurance companies to make sure that they pay timely. Claims get denied a lot. So I don't have a lot of direct patient care, other than more so after the fact, for billing.
Very interesting. So, would you say that your job is more team oriented, or are you working more as an individual?
I work with a team because I manage all those departments. Because there's a lot of staff, it's a lot of different roles. So we have to we work together as a team for AR, making sure our days in AR, which means from discharge, how long it takes for a patient to actually collect the full amount on the accounts. So we work together as a team with a lot of those departments. We work together as a team for all the managers of the hospital for making decisions for finances and stuff like that. But it is a lot individual as well, because I am the only one at the facility that does the balancing of all the accounts, the cost report, working with auditors. um yeah, so it's both.
Both.
Yeah.
Interesting. Um, what would you say students that are interested in healthcare finance, what should they do while they're in high school or their early college years if they want to be in a career like you?
I think that, we do have students sometimes come in shadow. I've had students shadow for a day. It is kind of hard to shadow because, I do sit at my desk a lot and just, do Excel and a lot of balancing. So that's hard, but I think they should just spend some time in hospitals, getting to know the different roles of business, Because like I said, it's not just the CFO role, it's, the business office manager, we have billing, you have, accounts payable, which is a big job. There's areas of medical records, they could be coders. So there's just I would say spend some time in a hospital with more of the financial business office staff and just see if that's something they're interested in.
Are there specific character traits that students interested in your job should have?
I think that to be in most of the business office jobs, you have to be self-motivated and organized. It's a lot of tedious jobs that you have to enjoy doing on a daily basis. And so I'd say they need to be organized and really self-disciplined and motivated.
Are there any common misconceptions about your job, like working with finance? Is it really as tedious as you say it is, or are there fun things involved with it too?
No, I mean, there's rewarding parts of it too when you get grants or, we're working on a clinic project for a remodel. There's fun parts too, but it is fairly tedious. I think that the misconception probably of this role in a hospital versus any other business, like as a CFO or, even accounts payable is we don't run like a normal business because we don't, we're not like I always say, like, if you go in and you buy a gallon of milk at the grocery store, you're going to pay the $3 that they charge. In a hospital, that's not how it works. You take what the insurance will pay you, which can be 80%, 70%. There's a write-off. So like on that gallon of milk, you might only get $1.50 of it. So we don't I think the misconception a lot for a hospital versus other businesses that is that we do not operate like a normal business.
Very interesting. What would you say your training period was like at the hospital? What were you introduced to that was different from regular banking or accounts management?
Um, I I think that the training was that was a long time ago. Um, I think back then it changed a lot because, the computers were just really getting started. And so a lot of it was more manual, manual paper. We had what was called green bar paper back at the time. And so I think the job has changed a lot with computers. And the training, I can't say that the training would be much different than starting a new job at a bank or anything like that. It's learning the systems and how everything flows together.
Has technology changed your career a lot, or do you think it's simply making things more efficient?
Oh, I think it's changed it a lot, but it's making it a lot more efficient. We're a lot of the reports and stuff that I used to have in huge binders, now you just scan it and you have them, it's easy to find. So it's changed a lot. The Excel, I think Excel is very important in this job, to be proficient and able to use it. So, I mean, it's helped and it's made everything a lot easier.
Do you have any favorite memories from your job, either like when you were starting out or like a big project that you worked on?
I don't have any, I think again, it would probably just be some of the remodels that we got funded. An addition here at the hospital we did, and we were able to put in a physical therapy pool. So that some of those were good times. We were able to add more patient rooms upstairs, a huge addition. So I think over the years, just the little things that we can do at the hospital to make it better and better for our patients.
Are there any last words you would like to tell HOSA students who are interested in like medical finances?
No, I would just say make sure you take the classes for Excel. Yeah. Those classes will be very handy someday.
It's interesting to see how much background, like finance stuff goes in for making those hospitals advance every year. I know
Hmm.
having those new wards or those programs are really influential.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
All right, well, thank you so much for joining us today.
You're welcome.